Hello and Namaste. I am Ketan Kank from 19two Consulting. In this question and answer series, the next question in front of me is folio number mandatory in any work related to shares? The simple and straightforward answer to this question is yes. Without the folio number, none of the work will get through in case of shares or reclaiming of the shares. So if the shares or the investments are age-old and they are being held in physical form such as physical share certificates, then folio numbers become mandatory. And secondly, if the shares are held in electronic form, then DP-ID and client ID becomes mandatory. In any kind of correspondence or in most of the correspondence which is being done by RTA or the company, mostly by the RTA, they state that you will have to mention the folio number or client ID and DP-ID in case of any correspondence with the RTA. Folio number is an identifying code for that particular shares, and if you call any RTA, the first question they'll ask you is the folio number. So without folio number, nothing can be done, that's for sure. If you have the details or if you have the correspondence from the company, on most of the correspondences, the folio number is mentioned. It is not mandatory for the company or the RTA to mention. Depending on what kind of document and its sensitivity, the folio number is mentioned on that document. But I would say most of the documents do contain folio number. So even if you don't have share certificates, folio number can be identified from other correspondence that the company or the RDA makes for those shares to that investors. But yes, folio number is mandatory, is compulsory and very important to be quoted in case of work related to the shares. Next question today is, do we need multiple accounts in case of multiple holdings? It is difficult to answer this question in a simple yes or no, because the presumptions to this can be multiple. So if the shares have gone to IPF or not, that is one thing that we need to know. Secondly, if the shares are not gone to IPF, then whether they are reflecting into the demat account or the demat account as in the suspense escrow account of the company, wherein the shares can go to IPF anytime. The shares are held in physical form and yet not gone to IPF. So these are the multiple things that we need to look into it. But if we contemplate a few scenarios over here, so if the shares are gone to IPF and there are multiple holdings, and though the details of those holdings are different, such as holding in company A are being held by in the single name by Mr. A, and in the another company they are being held by Mr. A along with his spouse, and so on and so forth. So there can be number of permutations and combinations in the holding, and if they are gone to IPF, then in that case for multiple holdings you will have to have the multiple demat accounts. But if the shares are being held in one particular combination or in one particular format, that means for a single holding only one demat account can do for all the shares which are being held in single name. But for joint names, there will be a separate demat account that will be required. If the names or sequence of the names change, so A plus B are holding shares in a particular sequence, and then in another holdings B plus A are holding, then there has to be again separate demat account if the shares are gone to IPF, because IPF is very critical into their analysis while they approve or reject the form, and so that's why this sequence or these details have to match. So in that case, multiple demat accounts will be required. But in case the shares are not gone to IPF or they are simply held in the physical form, in that case things would be different. So after getting into the details, we will be able to answer robustly on this question. Till the time, if you have any query, any questions relating to the shares or reclaiming of the investments, please feel free to revert to us or write to us. You can write to us on info@192.in, or you may also mark your comments in the comment section of this video. Additionally, you can WhatsApp us on our official number, which is 9673142424. We will be all the more happy to help. This is Ketan Kank signing off for the time being. Thank you so much.